Good morning. It's day 142, July 8th, 6:15. I am just leaving Spaulding Mountain Shelter, or lean-to. I keep forgetting they call them lean-tos here. Spaulding Mountain lean-to. This is the short little side trail that takes you up to the lean-to and goes back to the AT. The water source was right down there, and this is the AT going north. It's a nice cool night last night, nice sleeping weather, not too cool. Just stayed in my bag and slept in my puffy. Wow, already mucky this morning. I want to do the Crocker Mountains today. I think that's a couple more 4,000 footers. But pretty soon we're going to be running out of 4,000 footers, thank goodness. And then Katahdin will be the last one. Tomorrow will be the Bigelows, and I had a southbounder tell me, and you may recall from a previous video, that once we did Saddleback Mountain and the Bigelows, be done with all the hard stuff. He didn't talk about the Crockers. I think Steve, the guy that runs the hiker hut, told me that the Crockers are another obstacle. And that's today. So it's getting kind of weird, because every southbounder that I meet, you know, I tell them I'm a northbounder. I started February 18th, and I'm on day 140 whatever, and consistently I hear, "You're almost done." Usually one of the first things they say to me after I tell them all my details. And last night, sitting around with a bunch of nobos, about a group of 5 or 6 young guys, all in their 20s. They're hiking together, and I've been seeing them for, I don't know, some of them, first time I saw them was in Harper's Ferry, and saw them again in Duncannon. Anyway, I've been around them for a while, but they're all just sitting around talking about how it's coming to an end. What a strange feeling it is. A lot of them are planning on summiting on the 18th, and talking about how, you know, today's the 8th, and that's only 10 days from now. I don't know if I'm going to make it by the 18th or not, but I'm pretty sure by the 19th or the 20th I should be there if everything goes right. And honestly, I am finally starting to think about it. I think yesterday was when it first started sinking in. And I've heard other people, other vloggers talking about, you know, they don't want the adventure to end. They're going to miss being out here and miss all their friends that they made, their trail community. But I'll be honest with you, the way I feel right now, and it may change once I get home, I'm ready to be home. And it's not because I hate the trail, I just miss being at home. So Looking forward to getting there. Reconnecting with family and friends, and taking some time off and trying to figure out what's next. And if you followed me from the beginning, you know that I've wanted to do this for 38 or so years. And so I've been thinking about, you've had this goal for so long, it's going to be checked off. Will there be a big hole to fill with something else? I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Alright. I gotta start going up this hill. Doing 18.6 to Horns Pond Lean-To today. Hope everybody's doing well. This is Reboot, heading north. I'm coming down Sugarloaf Mountain, and I believe I'm looking at the Crockers there, which are the next 4,000 foot mountains I have to climb. I have to go down in this gorge first, and then up there. But what a beautiful day, and it's nice and cool right now. Hopefully it'll stay that way. I'm doing the climb up to North and South Crocker, and this is the trail reminiscent of the Whites. Not as long and steep, but still tough. Looking back, I can see where I've come from. This saddleback right there to the right, and it must be the Horn over there to the left. That's where I was yesterday. Pretty amazing to look back and see where I was yesterday morning. Well, according to Gut Hooks, the GPS on Gut Hooks, I just crossed the 2,000 mile mark. And normally, well, at several points along the trail, whenever you cross a threshold like that, or a benchmark I should say, there'll be something on the ground, either in sticks or rocks, indicating that number. I don't know that there will be anything here, because number one, this trail is so rugged, there's not a lot of place to put something like that. And number two, you're so close to the end, I don't know if people really care to mark 2,000, but I think it's a big deal, 2,000 miles. It's 4:30. You're looking at the Bigelow Mountains. It's what I'm going to be going over tomorrow. And beyond that somewhere is Carentunk. Hope to be there the day after tomorrow. Big ski area over there. Don't know what it's called. These trees are obscuring the mountains that I went over today, which are the Crockers and Sugarloaf. The climb up here was pretty intense. I hope that's part of what's considered the Bigelows. We'll find out tomorrow. I just want to show you guys the privies here at Horns Pond campsite and shelter, or lean-to, Horns Pond lean-to. And I said privies as in plural. Both brand new. There's one right there. And there's another one right here. Notice the flagstone walking in, so that doesn't get mucky. This is treated wood on the deck. The door functions very well. Of course, this is brand new. Super clean inside. And notice I got a little piece of diamond plate here that they unscrew, and they can move it from side to side. So when this fills up, they move it over here, and they do their composting procedure on the part that's full. But great job, Maine Appalachian Trail Club. This is incredible. I wish all privies were like this. When you have used the little 4x4 privies that you can barely get in, that you sometimes want to do your business with the door open because it's so cramped and dark in there, you could come upon something like this, and it's such a joy to use. It's almost like you're not crapping in the woods. And while I'm on the subject of privies, I don't understand why in the Great Smokies National Park, or Smoky Mountains National Park, Great Smoky Mountains National Park, they have pooping areas and not privies like this. I mean, obviously this composting system is the accepted norm, at least in the Northeast. It needs to spread down into the South. This is going to be the wrap-up video for day 142. Sitting here in my tent at Horns Pond Lean-To, and this is a nice area. They got 2 pretty large shelters and several designated tent spots, and it's at a pond where you can go swimming, but it's a little too chilly air temperature wise for me to consider going swimming. You see I got my puffy on here and my winter hat, so I didn't want to get wet in addition to being a little chilly. So I got here probably about 5:30 or so, and fixed my dinner and getting settled in now, and just looking at the trail data for the days coming up, trying to figure out exactly what day I want to summit Katahdin. So it's going to be the 18th at the earliest, probably more like the 19th, but somewhere in there. So getting real close to the end. Tomorrow, got to finish out the Bigelows, although we did most of the climbing for the Bigelows today. And it was hot when I got down to in the valley where the road was, so I struggled a little bit coming up the hill. But then once I got about halfway up, 3/4 of the way up, got a little cooler air and was able to do a little better. But hopefully we'll get the rest of it knocked out tomorrow while the air's still cool. And have a good day. Get over to West Carey Pond Lean-To and get set up to go into Carentuck on Tuesday. So with that, it's all good in the woods.